Yeah, I'm going to go again tonight. I want to talk to her.
Good idea.
A few things I want to say in case she...
Oh, your phones.
It's Presley. I want an exclusive.
Look, Lee, why don't you come with me? There's not a lot you can do for him here, is there?
There's not a lot I've done for Dan at all, is there?
So, what is it you wanted to say to Ellie, then?
I'm sorry.
Thanks a lot. Next, please.
Our turn. Right. I'd like to make a claim, to which, of course, we are rightly entitled.
OK, see what we can do.
Oh, right. Well, of course, we wouldn't usually come here. It's just that...
Yeah, we're not all a bunch of skivers.
It's just that my husband recently lost his means of work.
Oh.
And she's bad.
Do we get more for that?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, look at me. I've got both arms in plaster. I can't work like this, can I?
Like I said, we'll see what we can do.
Look at her. Poor thing. Look, you must try and make the best of yourself, you know, love. She can't help it. It's her condition.
But what condition's that?
She's an Ed case.
Natalie stitched me up good and proper this morning.
Why? What did you ask her to sew?
It was just Darren that had it in for me.
But whatever he's doing, it's working. Mate, there'll be a reason why he's acting like this. Which is, he's supplementing his paternal trust by manifesting his macho proximities.
He wants his dad's attention, yeah. And that's why he's acting like a big baby. But I'm no threat.
Mate, what the mind wants and what the heart secretly desires aren't necessarily the same thing.
It's not that complicated.
No, but it's always this complicated.
But we can all live in the same house together in peace.
But it's human nature to want to exist in a state of war. It's like the grass is always green on the other side, or you always want what your neighbour's got. In this case, it's the attention of Darren's dad. Look, I always wanted a dad. He wouldn't even have to give me no attention. I'd even want a dad or a brother.
Thea died.
Mate, I haven't forgot. It was only last year.
And that's why this meal was so important to me. Jack took me in. I wanted to show him how grateful I was. He was the only one that was there for me.
Yeah, I'm there for you.
Something smells good?
Yep, it's my cheese souffle.
Cool.
It is all going to go perfectly, isn't it?
Norman, trust me. It'll be magic.
What do you want?
Oh, come on, Izzy, give it a rest. You know she'd never do anything.
It's not me you're angry at. Oh, really? So who am I angry at then?
Yourself.
Probably both.
I can't understand why you want to do this to one another.
I don't either, Becca. I don't want Ben to be unhappy with me. I don't want Ben to be unhappy at all.
But he loves you and he does want to marry you.
I can't help it that I love him so much. And loving him the way I do makes me feel so helpless. And then when I feel that powerless, I can't help but resort to desperate measures.
What an awful thing to do. You shouldn't be allowed to say things like that in front of my poor hungry boy. It's not funny.
A bogus claim.
A false claim.
By whom?
You.
When?
February 2000 and...
No. I don't want to know when. I mean, what for?
You were still claiming child benefit for your son,
He's still a child.
Jake.
Oh, that.
You were claiming till he was gone 18.
You kept sending me the books.
Yes, but you didn't tell us, did you? It's your responsibility. I'm sorry, Mrs. Dean. You owe us a refund.
Look at him. Can't you see how skinny he is? That's because we've no money and no food and no money for food. Food!
Food.
Oh, Craig. My babies are going to starve.
You can always try the family hardship charity in town. Hey, mate. Sorry it took me so long.
No problem. What's everyone been saying?
Nothing really. Apart from that you killed Toby.
Yeah.
You didn't know, did you? Mate, what happened?
He tried to push Ellie off the roof.
What?
He wanted her to jump.
Jump? What for?
He was trying to kill himself. He wanted to take her with him.
Why?
Well, has your dad not told you?
No, he hadn't told me anything. Dan?
You should find out what he'd done.
What do you mean, done?
was him. Toby killed all those girls.
Maybe it's not as bad as it looks.
Keep back, Natalie.
You need any help?
Aye. Ooh. Just open a couple of windows.
Maybe you shouldn't have spent so much time speaking to your dopey mate, eh?
Enough. Perhaps you should have kept a closer eye on it, Norman.
You turn it up.
Hey, who knows? We might be able to salvage something. I'm sure it'll taste just... Well, I'm sure it'll taste just as good around the bits that aren't burnt.
Yeah, maybe not.
Look, it's not a loss. Why don't I just go and get us a takeout, eh?
What a good idea.
Yeah, and it means we can still have birthday lunch together.
Woohoo!
Suppose.
Norman, don't worry about it. It's happened to us all. It's happened to me 1,000 times, and it'll probably happen again.
Yeah, but Dad, that was Norman's birthday present to you.
It was a lovely thought, and it's the thought that counts.
And I wanted to give you this. I was going to give it you later on, but
What with that and everything.
A present? You needn't have bothered. I know how tight money is. Darren, I don't know what to say, son. Where did you find this?
found it in the back room when I was clearing out.
You're a real life hero.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Well, just as long as you know, Uncle Jack, we're really proud of you and we love you so much.
Yeah.
Where's your present, Norman? Well, I thought we were going to share. That's what families are for, eh?
Yeah. What a lovely, lovely thought. Thanks, Darren.
But Ellie's my only hope.
Well, she'll come round soon. Nobody knows that. Of course she will. You know what she's like. She's a fighter.
Yeah.
So, it was self-defence then, yeah? You went to her rescue and he must have had a go at you or something and then he fell.
Who's Lisa?
Yeah, she's all right.
And Lee?
He's minding the shop for you.
I suppose that's something. Are they going to visit me?
Yeah, of course they will.
They don't blame me, do they, for what happened to Ellie?
Dan, why would they do that? Look, everyone's behind you, 100%. They know you would have done everything you could have.
If she comes round and says, yeah, Toby tried to kill her, it's not going to change what I've done.
You haven't done anything.
Except nearly kill my own sister.
What a mess.
These people would leave him alone.
Yeah, well, there's no accounting for people's behaviour.
You could do something.
There's not a lot I can do.
Well, getting Dan out of jail would be a nice start.
Doesn't quite work like that, Lee.
I bet you wouldn't lock someone up for doing this, though, would you?
Yeah, but Dan's been accused of something much more serious than this.
Yeah, right, so this doesn't matter then.
Well, yeah, it matters. Of course it matters, yeah.
Exactly. But you'd rather spend your time on a broken door than trying to get Dan out of jail.
How's he bearing up?
I don't know, see in a bit.
How can you doubt that I love him?
We're not doubting you.
You've just got a funny way of showing it. You know, if you're not careful, you're going to lose him for good.
You are so pig-headed.
Oh, excuse me? She's not wrong. I mean, when are you ever honest with him? You just keep playing games.
Zoe, how do you know so?
Still celibate?
Yeah. Anything for my darling wife-to-be.
Sounds a bit weird to me, mate.
Yeah, well, that's Cornwell for you.
You know me and her never...
Yeah, I know you didn't.
Maybe she doesn't.
Well, actually, it turns out she does. Adam's been cluing me up. Look, mate, you're gonna get out of it soon, all right? You've got my wedding to get to.
What if they can't prove that Toby...
Ellie's gonna tell them.
Supposing she can't.
She's gonna wake up and put everyone straight. You've just got to hang on a bit longer, that's all.
But if she doesn't, how are they going to cope with it?
Who?
Mum and Dad. They're going to cope with a son that killed their daughter.
Oh, that's not going to help pay the bills.
Hey, could we swap those for some pot snacks?
That's all there is.
Come on, I'll give you 4 tins and you give me a frozen pizza.
That's all there is.
Pie and chips?
Ben, hi. I am so sorry about jumping to outrageous conclusions. I know that you would never sleep with Becca.
Never.
And I'm sorry for making you suffer, and I'm sorry for making you desperate, and I'm sorry for running rings around and around and around you. Oh, and for being pig-headed. I am really sorry about that too.
Pig-headed? You?
And Ben, I will never play another stupid game with you again, I swear, because if it's a question of can't live with him or can't live without him, I really can't live without you.
What's brought all this on?
I don't know. Sometimes life just throws bricks at you.
I'm sorry too. I know you don't want to sleep with me before the wedding. I accept
Actually,
that now.
Ben, I've been thinking, and
I'd love to give you your engagement ring back, but...
But what?
Well, I've tried everything I can to try and make this work, and...
I'll change. I know there's things about me that
Izzy,
you don't
I can't get it off. Look.
You know, it's funny, but this brings back so many memories.
Dan's going insane in there.
And?
Well, that's what happens when you're locked up for something you haven't done.
Not now, Ben.
You're working on getting him out, though, yeah?
I can't discuss what I'm doing.
Dad, you know he's not guilty. Why can't you just say it?
Because I can't.
Well, tell me then. Tell me you know he didn't do anything wrong. Give me something to take to Dan.
Ben, I can't say anything.
Well, you can tell me. Dad, just say it.
Please, no. Just need some rest.
Dan and his family are falling apart and you're just letting it happen.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
What are you on about?
Well, nobody's saying anything. No, all right, mate. Didn't recognise you without your clothes on.
Wasn't that bad.
No? On my command, unleash your pants?
Thought you liked being centre of attention.
Yeah, well, believe me, Mandy, that's not the attention I want to be the centre of.
Oh, just hang on a minute, Mummy. Don't move. I've got loads of news to tell you.
I saw things on that film set, man. Horrible things.
You and Daddy, of course.
People doing awful things to each other.
Oh, Mummy, why don't you try licking the end? That stops it dripping.
A bacchanalian orgy.
Yeah, well, you could ask Uncle Bernard to join in.
Sweaty, dirty bodies rubbing each other with...
Bolivar, olives, selection of cheese.
It was enough to make you sick.
But Ben, yeah, I'll tell him straight away.
So you're getting out of the porn business then?
Yes, yes, yes!
As fast as my little legs can carry me. If I never meet another Big Buck or Tammy the Tongue or the Mighty Hammer again, it'll be too soon.
Okay, Mummy, listen, I've got to go. I'll speak to you later. Bye.
Please call me when you get this message. I'm worried about you.
Yeah, well, I'll just have to see them later, won't I? Oh, look, I've got to go. Yeah, I'll call you back later. Bye, bye. Ben. Oh, come on, Ben, this is silly.
No, I'm sorry, Dad, but Dan's my mate and I can't stand to see him stuck in that place.
Yeah, and as I keep explaining, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it.
Well, you could listen to his version of what happened.
Well, what do you think I've been doing? Well, there's nothing to back up his story. I don't know, Ben. Do you think he's telling the truth?
Yeah, of course I do. Don't you?
What I don't understand is why is he still in jail? I mean, what happened to being innocent until proven guilty?
Things get complicated in cases like these, Abby.
Good luck with telling Les Hunter that.
Yeah, it's not the only thing I've got to tell him.
Are you going over there now? Well, I'll get my stuff. I'll get a lift. I'll surprise Lee.
Things are all right between us, aren't they? I mean, let's just treat this like any other case, okay? No discussions, no arguments.
Dad, just do your best to get him out. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, well, I can't promise anything. But hopefully when Ellie wakes up.
So what's this news you got for the Hunters, then?
Oh, I really don't want to know.
Leave me alone, will you?
This is getting out of hand.
They have had arguments before.
Not this bad, sir.
What's going on?
Well, not exactly making babies, are they?
No, I'm sick from sniffing that tin. You don't have to say that.
Shh, someone's coming.
Frankie! Frankie!
Dad, just...
Leave her. Give some space. I'm off.
Where are you going?
To sort this out.
Yeah, but what do we do about Mum?
Just stay out their way. Look, don't answer the door to anyone until I get back. Got to the end of the day, might as well make the most of it.
Oh, actually, I've got photos of the orchard, and also I've got that music. I'll show you later. Bye.
Be still, my beating heart.
Could have been you.
Hey, not even in jest. Takes a braver man than me to marry Izzy Cornwell.
Do you think that man's Ben Davies?
Well, he stares death in the face every day, so he's had the practice.
You're in a good mood.
Well, I think it's the relief of being yesterday's news.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
More importantly, how are you feeling?
You mean having discovered that my man's the new king of porn?
I know that's what everyone else thinks, and I don't care anymore as long as you're okay with me.
Well, I think it's quite flattering. I mean, I heard you were a bit of a stallion in that film, and I'm talking anatomy as well as stamina.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't listen to all the gossip.
I think it's time we stopped worrying about the past and started looking towards the future.
I'll drink to that.
So would I have had a drink?
You will. Tonight over dinner. I think it's time I went back to doing what I'm good at.
What's that then?
No, put it this way. After seeing that film, I realised my talents are in the kitchen and not in the bedroom.
I've been so worried about you. She'll be okay, I know she will.
Hello, Lisa. How are you?
Fine.
Look, I just wanted to say how sorry I am if you felt that you've been put under pressure when we had our little chat.
Chat? Is that what you're going to call it, Will?
Me?
Found any more witnesses yet?
No, I'm sorry. Nobody else has come forward.
Well, there must be someone.
Look, it doesn't look as if we're going to find out anything more until we speak to Ellie.
Well, there's got to be something you can do. Everyone knows Dan wouldn't kill Toby.
Maybe Dan's done you a favour. At least Toby can't kill anybody else now.
Eh?
Dan's saying he killed Toby because Toby was the serial killer.
Toby?
Yeah, Toby, why are you saying it like that?
So what do you intend to do about it?
Well, nothing until we speak to Ellie.
You can't prove he's done anything, so why aren't you letting him go?
Come on, Lee, this isn't Dad's fault.
It's all right, Abby. I know how frustrating this must be.
No, you don't. Is Ben in jail? No. Did Ben kill anyone? No. So... I'm just sick of people like him saying they know what we're going through when none of you got the slightest idea.
They were so sweet. Oh, I really hope it snows. The arboretum looks amazing white.
Arboretum?
Yeah, it'll be a perfect backdrop for the photos.
Izzy, please. I've just had a visit down in jail. I've fallen out with my dad.
Oh, my poor baby. I'm sorry. I just thought that the news might cheer you up.
What news?
Well, Mummy and Daddy have said that we can have the reception up at the house. I told Mummy that we'd had a little row and she got upset and wanted to help.
But I thought we were having the dog.
Yeah, but that was when we thought we didn't have any other options. And as Mummy says, the dog is just a pub, and I can't really imagine Aunt Petunia getting tipsy with OB.
Yeah, well, he don't mind. He'll chat to anyone as long as they buy him a drink. Oh!
Yeah, but they are so fond of you, and I am their only daughter.
Oh, come here.
Great. Now that I've got your attention, they said that if they move fast, they can threaten the builders and the West Wing renovations can be finished in time.
What?
Well, you can't have a wedding surrounded by scaffolding, can you?
You're unbelievable, you are.
They just want it to be special for us, Ben, and I thought you did too.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but I can't deal with this right now.
This is our wedding we're talking about.
Yeah, well, maybe there are more important things to think about.
Look, I really don't know quite how to say this, but thank you. Well, I've had a call from the coroner, and they've released Toby's body.
What's that got to do with us?
Well, by law, when they release a body, it becomes the responsibility of the next of kin.
Ellie.
Well, in case you didn't notice, Ellie can't really deal with it at the moment, can she?
So we need to look towards somebody else to take on that responsibility, and in this case...
You're joking?
Look, I'm sorry, but somebody had to bring this message, and I thought it would be better if...
Fine. We've got the message. You can take one back. You can tell them they can throw that nutter's body in a bin bag for all we care.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad. We're the Deans. We always land on our feet.
Yeah. Well, I think this time we won't have to accept that we're going to land on our feet somewhere else.
They can't take our house off us. We own it.
I'm going to get the rest of that money.
Well, I've got some of it.
What?
I've taken out a personal loan. I mean, it's something else we'll have to pay off later, but, well, hopefully it'll keep the wolves from our door.
Oh, you little star.
It's the most they'd give me. And the interest rates are quite high, but...
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry, but I have been working night and day.
Yeah, well, we still owe them 300 quid. The woman from the loan company said it had to be the full amount or we're out.
Now, do you fancy stuffed peppers? Or should we go the whole hog and have a tomato and mozzarella salad?
Whatever you fancy.
Well, I just want it to be special. It takes a lot of planning to produce a full Italian banquet, you know?
I get it.
What?
What's the capital of Italy? Rome. Romans.
This has got nothing to do with that film. Honestly, Mandy, you're obsessed.
Well, it's quite.
What?
Gladiators, fighting and that costume.
Well, you like that, do you?
maybe.
So if I were to say, gladiators, prepare to...
Go on.
Come on, it's embarrassing.
Come on, Tony, please. It's only me here.
Prepare to die. Remember, these women were trained to kill us with their bodies.
Were they now?
Now bring on the Amazonian sex slaves and let them love us to death.
Oh, Tony.
And we better sort the dinner out.
I'm an Amazonian sex slave, remember?
Yeah, I know, but I better get the peppers in, eh? You could be a sex slave in a minute. Just let me pop them in the oven, eh?
It's all my fault. I should have lied to Will, make it sound like more of an accident.
What do you mean, make it sound like more of an accident?
You know, say Toby slipped or something.
You're expecting me to fork out a couple of grand to bury a killer?
How about you and I go out and get some fresh air,
Somebody's got to
hey?
take on the responsibility, so you let me know as soon as you can.
Oh, we know. We don't care. You can let the rats sort him out.
Look, think about what Ellie would want here. You're acting on her behalf now.
I'll tell you what Ellie would want. She'd want none of this to have happened.
I can't arrange that, Lee, much as I would like to.
Just find out what went on and why.
Mum, I found something. You're not going to like this.
You shouldn't be up there. Craig, out now, please.
Believe me, if it's worth anything like 300 quid, I will like it. What did they say?
All of it by 5:30 or we're out.
No way. I am not having my family homeless by 300 poxy quid. I don't understand. What's that doing up there?
Oh, not in front of the kids, eh, love? We can talk about this.
Please tell me this is just a nightmare.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't do it.
Do you mean to say that whilst we've been begging for our food and trying to hang on to our home through your stupidity, you couldn't bring yourself to sell stupid LPs?
A lot of these are collectibles. They'll be worth a lot more in a few years.
You all right? It's this thing with Toby's body, isn't it? What is it, Lee? Come on, tell me.
But you know what Dan's been saying about Toby?
It's all right.
Fine.
I don't know what happened, but Dan wouldn't kill anyone without a good enough reason.
And what is a good reason to kill someone?
Dan didn't kill anyone. He was protecting Ellie.
Yeah, right. So why did Ellie end up in hospital?
Because it was an accident. Face it, Steph. Toby tried to kill you.
He's lying. Just think about it.
Can't listen to this.
Where are you running off to, Lee? Feeling guilty? Face it, you don't believe him as much as I do.
Just go, will ya? You obviously can't think of anything other than wedding plans, so go and find someone who wants to listen.
Ben, I don't blame you for being cross. I've been really selfish.
Really?
Yeah, I've been completely thoughtless and I'm sorry.
You're gonna have to say that again. I don't think I heard you right.
I'm sorry, okay? I've been so carried away with the wedding plans, I haven't given any thought to how you're feeling.
My word, an apology. I did hear right.
And after wrongly accusing you of sleeping with Becca, even I can't believe that I haven't been a bit more sensitive.
Look, I don't want you to think that I don't care.
I know that you care.
Please don't do that.
Ben, I'm only trying to be tender.
Yeah, well, I'm not capable of being tender anymore.
Why?
Look, I'm sorry, Izzy, but there's no longer anything soft about me at any time of the day or night, and you rubbing up against me is like giving a man dying of thirst a thimbleful of water.
You're not going on about the sex thing again, are you? I thought we'd sorted this.
A whole night has passed since then, and don't start saying I'm obsessed.
Ben, you seem to think that I get some kind of a pleasure out of torturing you. This is really hard for me to...
Look, I'm sorry, I know sex isn't everything, but I just don't know how much longer I can take it.
It's winter out there, Jono. Is your collection really more important than us keeping warm?
Oh, Frankie, I'm sorry.
Sorry?
Well, most of it isn't worth anything in any case. I mean, it means a lot to me sentimentally, but you won't get much for it.
Get it sold, Jono. I don't want this stuff in my house a moment longer. I'm not sure that I even want you here any longer.
Dan's the killer. He killed all those girls. He hit me. Toby and Ellie found out and he decided to kill them too.
You're a liar.
No, I'm not. Sooner or later, everyone's gonna find out.
It's not even true.
He hit me so hard, he damaged my brain. Have you any idea what it's like to be me?
It's not our fault, Steph.
Maybe that's why he did it. Because you're such a freak, he wanted to make me one as well.
Don't be daft.
You choose to hack yourself to bits, Lisa. I never asked for epilepsy.
Think about it, Steph. If Dan had attacked you, why would he torture you, try and help you?
It's like you said, isn't it? He was nice to me because he had to be. You know what's worse? I can't even get back at him. I can't hit him. Still, it felt good throwing that brick through his window yesterday.
What window?
Pit stop. You can tell there's plenty more of that where that came from.
You stupid little cow.
What did you call me?
Don't touch me.
You know, he sat there and he listened to me while I told him what it was like to suffer from this. Suffer from what he gave me. Stopped me from remembering it was him though, didn't it? Stopped me from recognising anything about him from that night. I do remember something.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Something in the workshop. And I couldn't figure out what it was.
It wasn't Dad, it was Toby.
All this time, it wasn't something. It was someone. That murdering scum, that brother of yours.
Shut up, Steph.
Oh, sorry, Lisa. Does the truth hurt? Does it hurt enough to cut yourself because of what he's done?
Stop it!
Come on, admit it, freak. You're itching to put a pair of scissors in your hands.
Stop it!
Why? I can't stop being sick, can I? You can stop cutting yourself whenever you want to.
Why do you always do this to me?
Because of what your brother did to me. Lisa, stop. Maybe it's not your fault. I'll leave you alone.
Steph, it was Toby, please believe me.
It was Dan. Your brother ruined my life.
What?
Think about it. Think about it while you cut yourself if you want to. Go on. Do it. And when the pain gets too much, just remember it's not half of what I'm going through.
It's just so Moorish Italian food, don't you think?
You know, I discovered recently that Roman soldiers used stripped down to nothing when eating.
Really?
Naked as the day they were born. They were so proud of their uniforms they wouldn't run the risk of getting them dirty or rusty.
It was a stunning uniform. And that big, shiny breastplate and the skirt just covering their muscular thighs. And the glistening helmet.
Mandy.
Tony,
Yeah?
kiss me.
All right.
It's time we got Roman.
Some more Valpolicella, perhaps?
Well, I think we can think of something a little more gladiatorial, don't you? Now then, gladiator, unleash heaven.
What do you think you're playing at?
Well, just...
That was my best china. And I've still got the tiramisu to bring out.
Tony?
I'm sorry, Mandy, but sometimes you really do take things that step too far.
So, you believe Dan's innocent then?
Of course I do.
And you wouldn't mind spending time alone with him? Habit, you just as two-faced as everyone else. Why can't you just say what you're thinking?
Why does it have to be like this? Every time one of your family members gets into trouble.
What do you mean every time one of my family members? Make it sound like the Sopranos.
You know what I mean? I don't know how to say it. Every time Dan gets wrongfully arrested, it's not my fault.
I've had it up to here. Top of trying to deal with everything, I've still got to sort out this broken window.
How's that, Lee?
This place is going down the tubes, if you ask me. Unless we can get him out soon.
If he gets out, everybody around here already thinks he's guilty, and he's not exactly helping himself with what he's saying. Who's going to believe that Toby Mills is a serial killer?
Everything's going to be all right.
Stop saying that! You said that when Ellie ran away, you said it when Lisa started cutting herself, and now you're saying it when Ellie's in a coma and her husband's dead. Dad is in jail, and it's not going to be okay whilst he's saying what he's saying. Get off it.
Lee?
It's okay, I'll go after him. He didn't mean what he said, he's just upset.
Ben, please, can't we just sort this out?
There's nothing to sort out.
Well, the way I feel about you, Ben, nothing can affect our relationship.
Mr. Hunter? How's Ellie?
Oh, no different.
She'll get there.
Thanks for visiting Dan yesterday. It meant a lot.
It's all right, it's the least I could do. How is everyone?
Strain starting to show.
The truth will come out in the end, you know.
Well, I'm glad you think so. Not everyone does. Anyway, must be on my way.
Do you want to come up? I could put the kettle on.
No, you're all right. I see you're busy. Nice to see some normality, though.
We're not that badly off if you think about it, compared to some people.
Yeah, I'm sorry I was being stupid.
Listen, why don't I stay over tonight? I know we're not having sex, but that doesn't mean we can't...
Hey, has he gone? I thought you were going to come around here and bend my ear again.
No, he was just saying thanks for visiting Dan, that's all.
So?
What?
Am I staying over?
Come here.
Where's he gone?
The allotment.
Running away as usual.
I told him to.
He'll be all right, won't he?
There are enough blankets in there, aren't there?
He'll be fine.
You know, we may not have had the most glamorous of marriages, but he was always there for us in a crisis.
All I'm going to do now is let us down.
Do you think you can stop them from taking the house?
I'll try anything. Where have you been?
Ran into Lisa. She's in a right state. Hopefully. Where's Dad?
Moved out.
Why?
Didn't sell his Elvis gear.
And what about the money?
We're 300 short.
Right, I'll start packing my bags then.
It might not come to that.
I've got an idea.
Where are you going?
I'm going to see a mate. A mate with money.
Look, I'm not sure I'm ever going to make it up to you, but I'd at least like to try.
No!
If you could just come out here a second.
I really don't think you've got anything else to say.
Oh, just give me a minute, please, Mandy.
Is that supposed to be funny?
Well, wait, there's more. I am Commander Vastarectus, destroyer of men and lover of women. I come to bring happiness to all who...
Just shut up and get in here before I change my mind.
Look at you. Most beautiful man in the world. And I can't even... I'll put it this way. If you think it's been hard for you, you should try being me for a while. I know you can't hear me. I just want you to try and understand why I want us to resist until the wedding. I've slept with nearly every single guy I've been out with, and something has gone wrong with all of them, and I just can't take that risk with you. But I promise you, it will be well worth the wait. As soon as we're married, you are going to have the night of your life.
I mean, I've seen him do some stupid things in my time, but, you know, he's always put his family first.
Mrs. Dean?
Who wants to know?
I've a court summons issued on behalf...
Please. We'll get the rest to you next week, I promise.
Nothing to do with me, I'm afraid.
Oh, look, give us a break, mate. I mean, we can get you the money next week, yeah? Why can't you just take that back to them?
I'm sorry, sir. Your lender had the summons issued following failure to make mortgage payments. It's nothing to do with us.
Please, we're only just a few £100 short.
Look, there's a number on the back that you can call for advice.
We can't do this to us, can we, Mum?
I've got it. 300 quid. Count it if you like.
Where'd you get that from?
Sold some CDs, spare software and stuff.
Sorry, I can't take that.
You what?
I'm not sure to carry cash, I'm sorry.
That's ridiculous.
It doesn't matter, it's too late. They've just issued a court summons.
I can't stand this, Lee. I meant what I said. If that's what Dan's saying, then I believe him.
You do? I'm not in the mood.
Oh, this isn't fair.
Where have you been?
Lee, I'm going to my room.
What's happened?
Lisa?
She said, I'm running with Steph. She started slagging Dan off, saying she remembers the smell from when she was attacked. He's a serial killer and he's blaming Toby to cover his own back.
She's lying.
I know that, but she just got really angry and then hit me.
Right, we've got to tell my dad.
No, just leave it.
Lisa?
Lee, just leave it.
She's doing my head in.
You know Steph's lying. You know what she's like.
Is she?
What?
Well, maybe she is, maybe she isn't. Just all that stuff with Roxy and then what Steph's saying and what the police are saying and...
I don't understand.
Neither do I, but that's my point.
What are you trying to say, Lee, that you think...
I don't know what to think. Just all I know is it doesn't make sense anymore, you know, what's happened to Ellie and not even what the police are doing or Dan's saying. Just... maybe Steph's right, maybe Dan's guilty.
Well, if you're under stress and resorting to self-harm, there's information and support at channel4.com/health.